Okay, in the interest of time, I think we should kick off the conference. So hello, everyone. Welcome to the fourth Aquatic Life Conference hosted by Aquatic Life Institute. I'm joining you from the traditional unceded territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh First Nations, also known as present-day Vancouver. I'm Sophika Kostyniuk, Managing Director at Aquatic Life Institute, and I can't wait to spend the next 2 days with you. I'm certain that it's going to be a wonderful learning and engagement opportunity for all of us. This year, we have a record number of over 525 registrants for the conference, so we want and need the diversity of voices and perspectives to be infused into each one of our sessions. Over the course of the next 2 days, we'll learn from 20 experts, scientists, industry and advocacy leaders, as well as be inspired by our keynote address that will be delivered by Lars Brun, Director of Food and Climate at the UN Foundation. Our annual conference is occurring at a critical juncture as we approach the last part of the last decade of achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. We must elevate public awareness of aquatic animal sentience and the importance of taking action to drastically improve their welfare from today onward. So I'm just going to share my screen with a few slides here. Just give me a minute. Sorry, we always love technology and technological glitches. Let's give that another shot. Here we go. It's obviously just waking up. Perfect. All right, we are back up and running. So I just wanted to share a few slides with you to sort of ground us in the conversation that we're going to be embarking on for the next 2 days. Aquatic Life envisions a future where ethical, sustainable, nutritious food choices are readily available for everyone, where aquatic animals flourish, where the food system is rooted in compassion and responsibility. Our mission at Aquatic Life Institute is to lead the change in reshaping the global food system by placing the welfare of aquatic animals at the heart of this transformative effort. We are entirely dedicated to reducing the suffering of aquatic animals throughout the seafood system by pioneering innovative solutions, advocating for ethical practices, and championing the transition to a more humane and sustainable world for all. This is our third year hosting this incredible conference, and it's been really exciting watching it grow and evolve over these 3 years. The conversation has also been rapidly evolving with a number of external stakeholders that are engaging and continuing to increase their engagement year over year. As you can see, this is absolutely critical because the global seafood trade is highly complex and very dependent on such a variety of creatures that it's even difficult to wrap our minds around it. We all need to do as much as possible to advocate for the change that we are seeking. The last year has been a big year of progress on the aquatic animal welfare front, and one that was, of course, peppered with challenges, and we'll touch on those over the course of the next 2 days. So, as we likely all know, the seafood industry is absolutely rife with animal welfare issues. It's easy to see, even from these few slides, where immediate interventions are required. These animals are not living lives of dignity. Rather, they're living lives of misery in most instances. However, we do know that awareness is popping up in many sectors. Businesses and consumers alike are becoming more conscious, more curious, and more active about aquatic animal welfare. This particular image was taken from Bon Appetit magazine. It's a very prominent food publication, if you're not familiar with it. And just this year, they were exploring the issue of fish sentience and fish pain, much to my surprise, and also much to my delight.
Sophika, sorry to interrupt, but it
Yes.
seems the slides are not changing, so we are all still seeing the first one.
Ah, that is really strange. Thank you for letting me know. Let's see what's happening here. Again, technology, not always our friend. Things look different when we run practice sessions. I can't say why that is. It does say my screen sharing is, here we go. Is that any better? Or it's still?
Not yet. Can you try maybe
activating.
refreshing the page or trying to share it again?
Yes, I will do that. Let's stop sharing. I'm sorry, everyone. Not exactly how we had envisioned that this would kick off. Let's give it another shot. How about that?
Yeah, now we can see it.
Okay, I'm so sorry, everyone. I don't think I'll go back too far. Perhaps just to this image of the Bon Appetit article. And then we'll just continue along. Thank you for your patience as well as for raising that issue. Okay. So in terms of global awareness of aquatic animal sentience, we also saw countless articles featuring the proposed Nueva Pescanova octopus farm in the Canary Islands. There was a global outcry against yet another aquatic animal. This one, arguably, the poster child for aquatic animal sentience, was being considered for commercial production. Among many other groups in the movement, the Aquatic Animal Policy Focus Group, a focus group of the Aquatic Animal Alliance, devoted many, many months of this year to execute policy interventions to stop the development of the industry. Due to this global effort and all of the public outcry to date, there is not yet one commercial scale facility that is operational. I see this as a significant win. At Aquatic Life Institute, we've recently published a new approach to reducing suffering in the seafood system. This 4 R's approach will ultimately get us to our dream vision of the world, where aquatic animals are no longer caught or farmed for human consumption. However, we do recognize that this is a journey, and we need to bring everyone along in the journey with us to create the change that we want in order to get to the ideal place. This 4Rs approach allows us to take the necessary steps and to allow others to take those steps to create the required change. Now, global alignment continues to grow. We see this through our coalition, like the Aquatic Animal Alliance, which now numbers over 135 members from 67 countries. The advisory committee is working diligently to advance the movement as a whole through collective action. There are, of course, various other coalitions around the globe that are also doing incredible work, drawing the necessary attention to pressing issues of aquatic animal welfare. But even with this global momentum, the critical changes aren't necessarily happening quickly enough. We just saw this pop up through the EU animal welfare legislation revision. It did not move far enough ahead. However, we shouldn't despair, but rather we need to continue to monitor the process and continue to apply pressure when the opportunities arise. Now, remember, fish welfare is finally being considered. Stunning is being discussed. These are absolutely positive signals. We need the action to move faster. That's our role in the movement. Seafood certifiers are also demonstrating year-over-year improvements, as was analyzed in our certifier benchmark released last month. Certifiers continue to be highly influential players in the seafood supply chain. They definitely have the ability to create change both up and down the supply chain. And that means that they can positively impact the lives of literally billions of aquatic animals per year when their standards are strengthened. So we and others will continue to focus some of our efforts on certifiers. Of course, when speaking with policymakers and business leaders, it's useful to communicate in a language which is accessible to them, like Sustainable Development Goals, that is a globally agreed upon language. This has been laid out in our recent report that's pictured here on the screen. And we know that the Blue Foods conversation is gaining a lot of traction, particularly at the UN level. So we'll be taking this particular document and this particular message to COP27 in Dubai this December. We encourage any and all of you to use this resource and others that are available on our website for your own conversations. This particular one is very well suited for food systems transformation discussions. So there are also lots of exciting new developments with marine capture fisheries and crustaceans. A number of movement organizations have advanced their own discussions with leading retailers on their policies and aquatic animal welfare priorities. We see this from change makers like Marks and Spencer's, like Waitrose. Some of these discussions are resulting in trials with, example, electrical stunning equipment. And today, in fact, we'll hear from a technology manufacturer about their observations of what's going on in the supply chain and the opportunities that they see. So this is our fantastic team. We would like to share just a few of the housekeeping items with you for this conference. We wanted to let you know that all sessions will be recorded and distributed following the conference for your reference and use. In between sessions, there's going to be a countdown timer that will indicate when there are 10 minutes left to go before the next session begins. And lastly, of course, we expect respectful and productive discussions. We do have a zero tolerance policy for harassment and discrimination of any kind. So our first session is titled Small but Impactful Startups. That will follow the keynote address, which is coming up at 10 o'clock, just in 13 minutes now. And that will be with our fabulous keynote speaker, Lars Brun from the UN Foundation. So I invite you to go and enjoy the full conference agenda and wishing you a wonderful 2 days. Thanks, everyone.